Warren Buffett still pays for a newspaper subscription he hasn't read in 3 years. Not because he forgot, because he decided to. That's not a quirk, that's a strategy. And once you understand why he does it, you'll realize the way you've been thinking about money has been backwards since the day you got your first paycheck. Here's the thing nobody in your high school personal finance class told you. The people who are genuinely wealthy don't optimize every dollar they spend. They optimize every dollar they think about. Those are two completely different games. And you've been playing the wrong one. Right now, somewhere in America, there are self-made millionaires paying for gym memberships they don't use, software tools they never open, and magazine subscriptions that go straight to the recycling bin. On average, financial researchers tracking high net worth spending habits found these individuals carry between $700 and $900 per year in what looks like wasted subscriptions. $840 is the rough midpoint. And none of them made a mistake. So why does this matter to you personally? Because if you've been auditing your Netflix and canceling Spotify trials to save $12 a month, you've been doing exactly what broke people do. And I mean that with zero judgment because I did it too. You've been treating money like it's scarce. And that mindset is the actual thing keeping you stuck, not your salary, not the economy, not the system. Here's the first revelation, and this one genuinely changed how I see wealth. There's a concept called commitment capital. It's not an official finance term. It's something a venture capitalist named Brad Feld described in a conversation about how he structures his life. The idea is simple. You pay for something not to use it constantly, but to keep the option open. To signal to your own brain that a certain version of yourself is already real. Think about a guy named Marcus. He's 31. He started a logistics company from nothing 6 years ago and now clears just under $2 million a year. Marcus pays $70 a month for a Bloomberg Terminal Access subscription. He checks it maybe twice a week. His accountant flagged it as waste. Marcus kept it. Why? Because every time he does check it, he's sitting at the same table as the people managing billion-dollar portfolios. The information is identical. The access is identical. And his brain registers that he belongs there. That's not luxury spending. That's identity architecture. He's paying $840 a year to consistently remind his nervous system that he operates at a certain level. If this kind of thinking surprises you, subscribe right now. Because this channel covers the financial psychology that mainstream money media never touches. The stuff that actually separates people who build wealth from people who just talk about it. Now here's the deeper layer. Because identity architecture is only half the story. The subscriptions wealthy people keep but don't use also serve as what behavioral economists call friction insurance. Here's what that means. Say you cancel your gym membership to save $50 a month. 2 months later, you decide you want to start working out seriously. Now there's friction. You have to research gyms again, sign up again, potentially pay an initiation fee again. That friction has a cost. Not just financial. Mental. And that mental tax on restarting is what keeps most people permanently stuck in cycles of starting over. A woman named Christine, who built a 7-figure e-commerce brand by 34, keeps 4 software subscriptions she uses maybe once a quarter. Project management tools, a design platform, a legal document service. She told a podcast host last year, "I'm not paying for the software. I'm paying for the ability to move the instant I decide to move." She's buying momentum insurance. The subscription fee is cheaper than the cost of stopping. This is the thing nobody tells you about wealthy people. They don't think about spending the way you were taught to. You were taught to ask, "Can I afford this?" They ask, "What does keeping this open cost me versus what does losing access cost me?" Those are fundamentally different questions. Now here's what you can actually do with this. And I want to be specific because vague advice is useless. Step 1. Stop auditing your subscriptions for cancellation. Start auditing them for identity alignment. Every subscription you have, ask one question. Does this exist in the life I'm building, or only in the life I'm leaving? If the answer is the life I'm leaving, cancel it. If it belongs to the future version of you, keep it. Even if you're barely using it right now. Step 2. Pick one subscription you don't currently have that costs under $30 a month and belongs to the level you're trying to reach. A financial publication, a professional tool, a course platform. Pay for it. Open it occasionally. Let your brain see itself there. Step 3. Stop celebrating subscription cancellations. Every time you cancel something to save $12, You're telling your subconscious that scarcity is your operating system. You're rehearsing smallness. Instead, when you cancel something, be ruthless about why. Cut what doesn't fit your future. Never cut things just because they feel expensive. The people ahead of you financially aren't smarter. They're not luckier, mostly. They just learned earlier that money follows the story you tell yourself about where you belong. Subscriptions are one of the cheapest ways to start telling a different story. $840 a year. $70 a month. That's the price some people pay to keep their identity pointed at the right target. The question isn't whether you can afford to do that. The question is whether you can afford not to. Stay for the next video because we're going into something even more counterintuitive. Why the wealthiest people in America deliberately leave money sitting in accounts that earn almost zero interest, and why that's one of the smartest financial moves you can make.